just if you can have the Nifty, midcap and small cap indices up on the screen at the same time, I think that will tell you the kind of day we've had, right? I don't think we've seen this kind of day in a long time. The Nifty will end, in the green, 1-2 point, whatever, but, in the green, the Sensex will do. Look at the Nifty. But if you can have the mid and small caps as well, along with one of the larger indices, that'll tell you what happened. 4% in small caps down, 3% in the mid cap index down, and the Nifty and the Sensex doing what they've done, which is actually ending slightly higher. So just quite an incredible session. And I did run you through this long list of, the big volume-led losers that we had in the mid and small cap part of the market. Advanced decline, on my screen, 2,000 stocks are down and about 350 stocks are higher. So that's the picture, not a pretty one. And the crossover happened very aggressively early in the day. There you go. Right after market open, within the first 30-35 minutes that started happening, and then it's basically been just like that through the course of the day, despite the slight pullbacks that we've had in the markets, guys.
Okay, let's run you through some of the big, winners on the Nifty. What held it afloat, close to levels of 20,000, IT all the way. So TCS was the top Nifty gainer, stock at a fresh 52-week high, 2.7% up. Infosys gaining. L&T slipped a bit from the day's high, but still ending strong with a gain of about 2% after the buyback price got revised higher to 3,200. Pharma names, Dr. Reddy's Divis supported, and then you had gainers in the form of ICICI Bank and ITC. On the losing side, many of these PSU, BPCL, NTPC slipped in trade. NTPC was down close to about 3.4%. Power name, Power Grid under pressure. Coal India weak. The Adani Group stocks, which rallied to a 7-month high in terms of capitalization, also weak in trade. And then you had a bit of a flip-flop on auto names, but finally all of them ending with cuts. M&M down 1.9%.
And now we come to the mid-cap story, and here it is simply a case of what goes up must come down. So your usual names, RVNL down about 10% today, BHEL down 10%, RailTel down 10%, MMTC down 10%, NBCC down 9%. A lot of these central or even state PSUs, GMDC down 9%. These are the names: SJVN, REC, PFC. It's a long list of PSU stocks. Let me now come to the PSU banks. UCO Bank down 8%, Central Bank of India down 7%. You have more names, even on the private side, actually, even an RBL Bank for that matter, losing some ground. Bank of Maharashtra down. So tier 2 financials, basically, JNK Bank, IDBI Bank, across both sides of the spectrum, private and PSU. Basically, banks were weak. Then you have names like IEX, IRB Infra, some of these momentum names from the power or the industrial space, infrastructure, power industrials. They have really led the rally, and today that was the area where we saw lots of cool-off. Adani Power, Power Grid, Tata Power. These were the names on the downside. Even some of the metal names like SAIL and Vedanta cooling off quite a bit. So that's been the story on the mid-cap side. But one stock, let's talk about one gainer at least. NIIT locked up in 20% upper circuit as the day winds up. That was an interesting one to note. But otherwise, of course, a day of lots of profit-taking on the mid-cap screen. So there we have it. We're getting a close just below the 20,000 handle, 19,984 on the Nifty. Mid-cap index down 3%. Remember, we'll come back with the inflation print and the IIP print, and let's see, we'll pick it up from there. But for today, it's been all about cooling off in the mid-cap market. It's a wrap on this edition of Closing Bell, but don't go anywhere because our special edition of the Editors Roundtable is coming up next right after this break.